it's a wonderfly diverse, committed group. So it's diverse as to cultural backgrounds. Over the years, we've had a huge array of different kinds of backgrounds, from imam in the Muslim community to a professor at a Protestant seminary to a retired rabbi. So really running the gamut, and avowed atheists. You know, so the voices are pretty extraordinary. Different language groups. We currently have 2 Hispanic Latino gentlemen who have a different perspective. We have a gentleman who was born in Taiwan, so a different kind of cultural perspective. We have different ages, from high school to well retired. So it's a good voice, corporate voice, to include in these dialogues. I think diversity is important to the mission because we all have, we all bring our experience to a medical encounter, but we also bring our cultural backgrounds, and having that diverse voice is important because we all experience medical, encounters differently. So the fact that I can enter the medical world being able to name my symptoms and kind of understand the medical course makes my encounter different from someone who, we have a member from the beginning, Yvonne, who's always jumping in and saying, wait a minute, you know, the African American community doesn't look forward to going to the medical community. We haven't had a voice. There's a lack of trust. You know, there are all sorts of hurdles to get over for many different populations. And so having that diverse voice is really helpful. Another example is a few years ago we did a paper submitted to the Presidential Commission on Bioethical Issues, and it was on real ethical breaches on a syphilis study in Guatemala. And one of our members was from Guatemala, and she was able to speak to the effect this story had on her family members in Guatemala. You know, so even the effect of research on vulnerable populations we can speak to, and so that diversity is absolutely important.